Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today what we're going to do is install this CVF supercharger front end kit onto this here LT4 and get the 8-speed transmission, or 10-speed, whichever this one, 8-speed transmission mounted up. A few little things here and there. The guy didn't want it painted, and I'm going to show you why we always recommend painting it. You see that kind of like a little calcium looking buildup on everything? That doesn't stop. It just gets worse and worse and worse. And that's why we always recommend painting, but he didn't want this one painted. Same dude that has the 6.6. So this kit was originally going on the 6.6. Now he wants it on this. The stock front end kit that came off the LT4 is now going on the 6.6. Unfortunately, we had already painted the water 6.6, so it had to be repainted, and we just shot it with some nickel. So it'll kind of look, you know, pretty much like it did before it was painted. And then, I'm not sure about this, but they said to paint the stock exhaust manifold headers black, and then put the covers back on them, which, I mean, you're not really gonna see it, so not sure what that was about. But anyway, quick video, just gonna get this one knocked out. This will probably be the last motor we do for the year. I got a few videos still going up, so I'm not even sure if y'all will notice the gap, but I got parts in for the 6.6, cam, springs, CHE trunnions, all the goodies. So I'll be taking that stuff back with me so I can work on the trunnions and the heads kind of over the break here for Christmas. And we got my door opening and shutting and hung as good as it's gonna get on an old, patina truck that's not getting a bunch of body work. And just the driver's side anyway. So we're gonna work on getting the passenger side doing the same thing today. The new hinges is what it needed. The old hinges, after we drove the pins out, just wasn't working out right, but pretty good. Don't get much better than that, I would say. Pretty happy with that. If we can get the other one doing the same thing over there, it'd be great. All right, so Dad's pulling the valve covers off because it's getting some fancy ones over here. These are LS valve covers, but some kind of adapter thing, and I don't know what the hell's going on. And we're not doing a full inspection on this motor because the pan's not coming off. But since we got to pull the valve covers, we're at least going to rotate it and check to make sure that, all the rockers are going up and down, and, it doesn't have a lifter collapse already. Because, just to go on the record here again, just because this is LT4, it still has DOD. Chevrolet decided that would be a great idea. So we always recommend doing a DOD delete, especially if you're going to be out there hot rodding around. But
this is getting a blower.
It is getting us. Well, it's an LT4, so it came with one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is a real deal LT4. So we don't have the supercharger here, but it'll be going back on there. But yeah, so Dad's just checking to make sure there's nothing collapsed, and then I'm going to give it a couple rotates here in a second and make sure everything's okay. But we didn't crack the pan. We're not doing anything else to it. I think it's a 2022 or something. So should be in good shape. Okay, so we're gonna spin it around, just check everything here. It's still got plugs in it, so it's got some compression.
I'm getting plenty on up here. Looks good. Looks good. Cam is working great.
Yep, got compression, that's for sure. All right, so we can put these things back in, I guess, just to kind of keep stuff from getting down in there.
Good idea.
Okay. So I'm gonna get to work on getting the kit laid out here. So there's the unboxed CVF kit. This is a supercharger kit, and we really thought they were listening to us, but seems like they weren't. So we got these shitty paper gaskets again that we throw away. Now I got to see if I have any good gaskets left. We ain't bought none in a while because it's been a minute since we did a kit. But that's everything. This one does have the coating on it, supposedly. I don't really know how to tell. And then it's got this unique power steering pump and a kind of a different bracket we haven't done yet, but maybe no big deal. All right, we got lucky. 2 new ones here. So we'll take these paper ones, right? See these nice paper ones they give you. And that's what we think of those. So then we'll take these nice paper ones that I just crumbled up and take them over here. Yeah. All right, so the first part of the CVF kit that I always do is build what I call the water pump sandwich. So I've got the water pump bolts, water pump, adapter, 2 main brackets, and all the spacers. And that's how I kind of start my kits. And then while I'm doing that, Dad's working on these valve covers. Just trying to figure it out. We've never done them before. Look, but you basically get this adapter plate that bolts to the LT engine, and then it gives you a spot to bolt in LS valve covers. So we're gonna let him get one done, and then we'll probably film the process on the other one. That way it's kind of a smooth transition there. These are pretty cool. I mean, depending on how it looks when it's done, this may be something I do to this thing. Depending on what it costs, more than likely I'm gonna see how much it costs, and I'm gonna say, no, I'm not gonna do it, but they're kind of neat. Okay, so you end up getting two different size spacers, 3 apiece. The driver's side is 70, the passenger side is 0.62. And it's really hard to tell the difference, but you can see it. And the way I'm doing this is not really in the instructions. It's just how I've always come up with doing things a little bit differently. And there's been a few people that watch the channel that have done it my way versus the instructions way, and I guess they seem to like my way a little bit better, maybe. Who knows? So once you get it in that configuration, you're going to put your adapter on. Provide our own gaskets. CVF did provide these gaskets one time to us, but then they stopped again, so I'm not sure what's happening. All right, so we got our LS gaskets installed, and then I'm going to slide the adapter on. After the adapter slides on, you'll put your 2 factory gaskets on the back side of the adapter, and then stab the thing on the motor, and you're pretty much halfway done with the kit as soon as you finish that step. These factory gaskets also help keep everything kind of lined up and sandwiched together.
That's what holds these on.
Okay, that completes the sandwich. All right, so what we figured out here in shit show land of valve covers this kit, obviously, it's for an LS motor. These adapter plates came separately from the kit. This kit uses your factory LS valve cover bolts. We haven't done an LS in a while. We have no bolts. It also uses your factory LS valve cover gaskets.
And they did supply that.
No, they did not.
This.
That's a grommet.
Oh, grommet, yeah.
So no gaskets. So you need your factory LS gaskets, which we don't have.
Right.
You need factory LS bolts for your Cinnabolt valve covers, what we have. Here's the rub on that. So let's say we have some. Let's say
We got different kinds.
let's say, hey, here's one. Use that. On your LS motor, this is way the fuck down here, not right up here. So you have to cut and modify to make this work.
This is called custom?
This is called custom. So
Yes.
this is what really sucks about doing some of these things. So scratch what I said earlier about me liking these and wanting to put them on my truck here. No, we're gonna run the factory ones and call it a day. And so we're gonna have, what we have to do is, you need this sleeve for the grommet. So we're having to cut sleeves down to size off the factory bolts, go buy some new bolts that are the right length, which turns out to be about 2 inches. Slide the sleeves on there that you've cut. You have to cut the sleeve down to size. So you're gonna end up cutting the sleeve about 1 inch from the head of the bolt so they don't bottom out on this. If any of that makes sense. Yeah, 10 out of 10, would not recommend. So you're gonna have one place to add oil in the back if you can get to it. If you can't get to that, you can add it here in the front. But either way, once you put the covers on, you can't add shit.
Yeah.
But they do look kind of cool.
Yeah, it gives it old
And
school
then
look.
they stick up quite a bit. I don't. You're gonna have a brake boot. Normally, you have a brake booster
on this side.
on that side. So I don't.
But we don't know what's going in.
I think it's going in some kind of blazer or something. I think it's going in a K5 blazer.
It might fit then.
That's the hard part, pretty much. I got a little Loctite already on them, so just cinch them down. I just feel that when you got that done, of course, we already put the hub on, you're about 50% done with the kit. All right, we had another visitor come, so I kind of cut the video for a second, but kept a little time lapse going for most of it. CVF kit's on, everything went nice and smooth. Only problem we ran into is for the power steering pump, the bolts that holds the pump on and this little bracket right here on, the lock nuts provided were way too big. They just slid right down the bolt. So what we ended up doing is getting some different nuts and a lock washer, and I use Loctite, which that'll suffice. It'll be just fine. Just a QC issue. Everything else was okay. I think this was it. Yeah, I found a little nick right there in this. Nothing you can do about that. That's how it came. But everything else, nice and smooth. No problem. Dad's working on these valve covers still. Like we said, had to go down and get bolts from the hardware store that are the correct length. Cut the sleeves off an original LS valve cover bolt. It's a mess. I would not recommend doing these. But so as soon as that's on, transmission, starter, torque converter, wherever it's at, yeah, it's over there, and this will be a done deal. All right, so Dad got these modified, customized, modified, one of a kind.
One of a kind.
Yep.
It's not supposed to happen, not supposed to work, but it does.
There you go.
Once you put a lot of labor in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So now what you've done is now you got, instead of having just one leak potential with a valve cover, now you have potential for a grommet leak, oil, a valve cover leak, and a valve cover adapter leak. So now you could actually have 3 leaks. You could have a leak there, and a leak there. But it looks cool.
It looks cool. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Furthermore, with these things that we don't like now, this particular one here, whether it be the base or the hole here for the bolt here, was drilled a little off. So we ended up having to drill with this off, of course, and expand this hole a little bit wider in order to get a little bit of movement here. It's just QC at its finest. Yeah. There's like this super thanks or give thanks button on each video. If you click it, you could like give us a little tip. All right, there it is, LT4 complete. We didn't do a whole lot, but transmission got painted. Exhaust manifolds got painted for some reason. And then CVF kit, all done, ready to go. And custom valve covers. They do look cool, it's just not worth the trouble. Anyway, we're gonna get this one dropped off, and then if we got enough steam left, we may try to get my other door swinging a little bit better on the passenger side. Thanks everybody for watching. Subscribe, like, share, ring the notification bell. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next one.